member or the mayor in this instance. So if the mayor wants to reappoint somebody, he can feel free to do so. If their mayor hold back until after the elections, or if one of the council member wants to do that, it's up to their discretion, as these are
Right,
filled by the mayor and council.
right, exactly. The only reason why I said anybody recommending somebody is to just, maybe you've heard or talked to people or uh, and just say that there's openings and leave it at that. Okay, so moving on. Um, do we have any special presentations from the police department or the fire department? 6A and B.
I see Chief Cordesco's on the line. I'm just not sure if you have any presentation for us today.
Can you guys hear me?
I can
Yes.
hear you.
Hi, no, I don't have any special presentation. Just want to thank you all again for the award ceremony that we had a few weeks ago. I thought it went very well, and it was good for the fire department, for the town, and for everyone that was involved. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. I thought it was a nice turnout. Okay, new business. Uh, on November 17th, I have to do the report to council. Um, I think all I have to do at that time, if any of you are not familiar with that, it's done at a council meeting. And I pretty much just explain our budget and what we plan to do for the upcoming year. And if anybody's got any additions or anything or suggestions or uh, different items, we're going to be talking about some things further on down the agenda here that I kind of still working on, and we're going to talk about them first as to whether we're going to go through with them. So that's what the report to council is. Has anyone got any questions about that? Okay. Oh, budget information. That's pretty self-explanatory. What money we had originally asked for, and this is just for any new members who don't know or wanted to say to me, well, what did we ask for the 2021 budget? What did we get? Just because we asked for it doesn't mean we get it. So that's pretty much a history lesson. Uh, Item 7B, 1 and 2. And are there any questions on those? On 7B, 1 and 2? Okay. And our budget for 2021, we asked for 3450, as you can see, and the council voted to keep it as to what it was marked down to previously, and that is $2,300. That's 7B1. That's our upcoming budget for 2021. We're going to probably have to get.
Let me show the budget. I have it here.
Okay.
I have it so you guys can see it.
That's the one for 2021, right?
Correct.
Okay. And that is, we are allowed to move money around if we have to. So that's what we've got to work with, and we'll go from there. Okay. Has anybody got any questions up to that point? Okay. 7C. I was asking Brandon how much money, if any, we had left over from that 1920. The 2019.
Chairwoman, real quick, just to make a comment, in terms of the report to council, um, the report to council normally needs to have a proposal, like a written presented to the committee. Um, so in this case, it would have been needed to be presented to this meeting in order for you to present in November. What I think we're gonna have to do, is we have to propose that, in the next meeting, Chairwoman. And you're gonna have to report to council in October, okay? Just to give you a heads up, that was a little hiccup. I didn't let you know of that.
All right.
So
You
you can propose
October.
something
I
together
think
for, what?
again, you're cutting out a little bit, but I think what you're saying is that the report to council on November 17th, okay? You're saying that for this meeting, I should have had something prepared to agree on and vote on for the November 17th,
Correct,
correct?
correct. Yeah, and
So
I
that-
didn't give you that, so I'm sorry.
All right, so that being the case, we'll just have to have a regular public safety committee meeting prior to November 17th. We will be within the confines of the rules, correct?
The easier option would be just if we can push the reporting back to October, so that way we don't have to schedule another random day of meetings. Because with the way we're doing the committee meetings now, it has to be grouped up and bunched up.
All right, so you're saying what we've got as a budget that we did in October is what I would present to the council on November 19th.
Yeah, what we can do is, there's a day, November 9th, there's availability to have a quick meeting for the committee. If you'd like, we can do that, and then you can just go ahead and propose to the committee that day, the report to council, and then you can just vote and approve it, and that's it. And you'll be good to go, Nancy.
All right, well, I don't see any reason why, if the budget that we already just talked about has already been approved by this committee today, I think we don't need to have that meeting. But we also need to have a meeting in November anyway, so we still have to have a meeting in November. So to do it, I think you said on November 9th, was that what was open?
Correct, yep.
Let's just set up a meeting and we will be able to talk about the items that we've got and possibly are going to approve in today's meeting and be ready for the November 19th meeting for the report, 17th meeting. All right, here's the question, everyone. Do I hear a motion to have our November meeting scheduled for November 9th so we can be ready for the November 17th report to council? Then I get a motion.
Yes, George, motion.
All right.
Darwin, I can do the motion, Nancy.
And Darwin, a second?
Yes, ma'am.
Just to make a comment on that, in terms of the report to council, what is exactly you're going to be reporting to council? We're kind of, the committee's kind of aware that way we're all on the same page.
Brandon, is that you speaking?
Yes. What is it exactly you're planning on reporting to council?
Well, pretty much.
Or the rest of the committee members can also jump in and make their comments also.
All right, so mostly what we've got coming up right now and can afford to pay $2,300 for with all the things we talked about is what is the 7D and E, and I don't see right now if that's going to cost. I'll know 7D. I'm not sure if we're going to talk about spending any money. Right now we don't have to. What we may choose to, but that's going to come up next. So the only thing, my hands are tied with $2,300 for the 2021 budget. That's going to pay for the award ceremony and the plaque. Everything else, I have for. So that's what I'll mostly talk about at that meeting. Not the meeting, at the report to council. So unless there's anything else.
If you just pretty much bring up the budget, there would be no need to bring that to the council, because the council already voted on that and approved it for the committee. So if that's the only thing that you can also bring to the council the fact that we had the police and police and fire appreciation ceremony. You can mention that to report to council, but if it's just the budget, then there's no need to report that to the council. The council already voted on that to approve it. So
well, like I said, our hands are tied.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see it.
Go ahead.
All right, let's do this. Let me just get it in my head, all the things that I have to report to the council on. And I'll be ready to do that on the November 9th, because we have to have a meeting in November anyway. So we already agreed to do a November 9th. I believe that passed, that motion.
Correct,
passed
yes.
to have a meeting. We're gonna discuss that November 9th meeting. And if there's nothing to present to the council, once we have that November 9th meeting, then I'll just cancel and say there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing new. We already know our budget and what we're doing. And we can cancel the November 19th report to council, or we can postpone it.
Perfect.
Okay?
Next.
Do I need a motion on that?
Just a quick side note. That's fine. With the motion that you made initially, so go ahead and prepare that for the next meeting. It's perfectly fine. You can just proceed in that first method, because you guys already approved it as a committee, so that's fine. The first way you handled it was perfectly fine. You can bring that to the next meeting. Before we proceed, I just want to let the committee know, and Chairwoman, I want to give you the heads up that the seat for Omar Gonzalez will not be open. Councilman has decided to hold that seat for Omar. So that will not.
That's Jeffrey Rodriguez, Councilman Jeffrey Rodriguez for the
correct.
For the board
letting
here.
you know that everybody's on the same page, and then the seat for Stan's seat will be needed to be full. I'm sorry. So that seat is open. Okay, that's Stan's seat.
All right, let me make sure I understood. That seat left open right now by Omar is going to just remain open. He's not nominating anybody. Rodriguez is not going to fill the seat.
It's not going to remain open. It's going to stay. He's going to hold the seat until Omar can come back and fill that seat. Until Omar can come back.
Perfect.
Okay? And that's open is going to be Stan's seat. That will be an available seat. Will be Stan's.
Okay. Super. All righty. So we had a motion for the November 9th meeting from Jorge, second by Darwin, to prepare for the report to council if necessary. And all right, so now we're at 7D. Just so you all know, I did contact the chairperson, who is Brian Rodriguez of the Youth Activities Task Force. We've always been involved with this event, and with the COVID and the new plans that they're having, I went ahead just to ask him if we could participate, pending the vote of our committee today as to whether or not we want to participate. And what that is, a little bit different. It's going to be a drive-through thing over at Anna G. Mendez in the parking lot there on October 31st. The way they're setting it up is people with young children are going to be scheduled. They're signing up with Eventbrite. There is a slight little fee, and the young children are getting the earlier time slot. And then the older children, like the teenagers, are going to get the evening time slots because they're going to enjoy more scarier events and things. So the deal is, do we want to participate? I've already gotten permission, if we vote today, to get a table, 2 chairs, a tent, and they also said candy, but I haven't attended their meetings and I haven't had a chance. The answer came in just recently how they're doing things. So how does everybody feel about us doing that? And what I would have is bags with our paper paraphernalia, our little booklets and our stuff that we've handed out in the past when we've been able to attend and participate in other events. So I just want to know how the committee feels, and what I would ask everybody to do is, and again, I haven't even brought this up to Brandon yet, but we need to fill bags, and I can't do this all by myself. I don't know how many we're going to need to fill. Perhaps Youth Activities Task Force can tell us how many people have signed up, and we can get an idea. And that would be the only thing I'd need help with, is filling those bags with our paper magazines and things that I have for the kids. So does anybody have any questions? And if you're all in, then we can get a motion to participate or not.
Nancy, I have a question. It's George.
Yes.
If it's going to be drive-through and we're going to be at a table, are we going to be approaching the cars to hand the stuff out, or how is that going to work?
Good question. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing that's what it's going to be. Our table would probably only be filled with filled bags. So all we have to do is reach behind, or I tell you how we do the food things. With masks, we approach the window, we ask the person's name and how many bags of the food they're supposed to get. And then I turn around and say a name checked off of a list, and we give that person 2, 3 bags of food, whatever it was they signed up for. And I have a feeling that's going to make sense for the same thing, but I haven't got an actual answer for you. It's a good question, but you know, with timing and their meetings and getting approval from you guys, we can find more out.
Okay. I'm assuming that's how it would work, since it's going to be a drive-by. I don't think people are going to be getting out of their cars and mingling around.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's going to be a drive-through, like you said.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Has anybody else got any questions or comments? Okay. Can we put it to a vote, please? Let me know if we want to participate.
Yes, let's put it to a vote.
Okay.
Somebody go ahead.
I need a,
You need
I
a
need a
motion to
motion
put
to-
it into a vote?
yeah.
Okay, so
I need-
I motion to vote for participating in the Halloween event.
Okay. Can I have a second, please?
I second it.
Thank you, Rosie. To participate. Okay. All right. Other details, I'll go through, Brandon, and let you know if there's some place where we can meet and fill bags, or how that process is going to, that's the only thing I don't have an answer on yet. Okay, and I will get back to everybody on that. Okay, now here's something else, 7E. This is another thing that I was asked to check up on, and there was an event going on in Sunny Isles. Apparently there's a bus for the women to get free mammogram exams. And I called the company, and come to find out that Mayor Sid's office was working with the same people and going to do this. I got a feeling it's this month. I didn't get any further information because they were still working on it. And I've tried calling the mayor's office and leaving messages a couple of times this past week. Haven't heard anything back. But basically the question is, there would be a location here in Miami Lakes, just like the Bloodmobile did. You know, it parks and people can sign up for the mammogram. I'm sorry? So my question is, how do we feel about pointing in with the mayor's events if it's still on through the mayor's office? If the mayor's not doing it, I'm not going to set it up right now. It's a little bit too late. We're too busy with other things, with the youth activities. And if it's already set up with a location and a time and a plan through the mayor's office, and that's confirmed, do we want to participate? That's the question.
What would be our role?
Probably assisting with the drive up and I don't know if any of you remember when Bovo did the thing over at Royal Oaks Park with the Bloodmobile. They were only testing for antibodies, but nevertheless, and people just pulled up. They had an appointment, and they pulled up and went in and had the test done. And that what I would imagine would be very simple. It would be done. We basically did a record.
Before you guys vote on this, I would recommend that you do the confirmation from the mayor's office. You did similar with the YATF, how to the date, time, and kind of a little bit more specifics on the event and the collaboration. That way, the committee is kind of aware before you guys motion to participate in this. Just a little recommendation.
That's your recommendation regarding the mammogram, or the mammogram and the YATF?
No. Just the mammogram. The YATF, you guys already voted to
right,
the mammogram.
Right. I just wanted to make sure I understood you because you were cutting out again. So we're still just on 7E, and we can have a motion that I look into it, and if it's already set up and whatever, if they needed our assistance with helping with directing traffic, that would be the only participation I would offer as part of that event. And then if it's not happening or whatever, then we step back. Is that my understanding how everybody feels?
Okay, is you're directing traffic is people traffic, not vehicle traffic, right?
No, if you've seen the other events we've had, even the food distribution with the church and whatever, people get in a line, and all we do is just stop them, get their name, get their information, assign them a place to park, and then they get out of their car and they go into the bus there to have the test done. That's how the Bloodmobile operated during COVID.
Okay.
And that would be and when I say directing traffic, I'm not talking about, standing on 67th Avenue or somewhere dealing with all sorts of cars going by. This is something in a parking lot where it's organized and everybody is just waiting and pulling up for their turn.
Okay, because we don't want to be liable if anybody gets an offender bender or something.
Well, I agree. For sure. Again, a motion for me to check with the mayor's office if it's still on. Do they need, we're only 7 people, and 5 actually. So our participation would just be keeping order in the line and assigning people to a space to park and go into the bus.
I'll make the motion, Nancy, to get more info.
Thank you.
I second the motion, Nancy.
Was that George?
No, Darwin.
Darwin, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
No, mostly, because see, I don't have, there, now your face is up on my screen. Okay. So that's Rosa to get more info. And Darwin was a second. Okay. Now, 7F, I don't have any information on that. I put it on here in case we were able to talk about it. I don't have any information on it. Now, I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, Darwin, was it somebody from the fire department that said you guys have an Explorer program, or was that someone from the police?
The fire department, I know we do have fire explorers. Yeah, as far as police, Miami-Dade PD, I know they do. Town of Miami Lakes, yeah, I'd have to check.
Okay. All right. Would you do me a big favor and find out about that? And if you have one that's active and the police has one that's active, you would be able to make comparisons. I mean, I don't know that we're going to get involved with both. I think one would be sufficient for us to be involved with. Would you do me a favor? Would you check on that and then get back to us at the next meeting?
Sure, we'll do.
Okay. Okay. And Rosie, anything on 7G, the mental health initiative? I believe it was Councilman Piazza or Diegas that had originally brought it up, but I haven't heard anything more from them, and I put it on to be polite again in case maybe you had heard anything, and if not, we can just table it.
We have a meeting coming up mid-November. I'm not really sure who else is attending that, but you want me to find out more information and bring it to the meeting on the 9th?
That would be wonderful.
Okay.
Okay. November 9th. And now where are we? Old business. Oh, Brandon's going to be happy for this. We're going to talk about 8A, the signs distribution. Brandon, what's the latest that we're going to do? Wait, does everybody understand what signs we're talking about? They're the red and white drive like your kids live here signs that we purchased. They're similar to campaign signs, and they go on a stand and we push it around. And we had talked about putting them in all pockets, of which we have over 100 pocket parks in the town, from what I understand. So we ordered some of those, and they are ready to be picked up and placed. What it's my understanding, we're responsible for placing the signs. In the event of a hurricane, I believe we're responsible for collecting them. As for storage after that and any liability after that, I'm a bit confused on what we're being asked to do. I had a whole different idea of how these were going to be distributed and put on. Somebody, like, it was for the residents to get one and put it on their yard and leave it at that. But it's been changed around, and I don't know all of the specifics. But nevertheless, the signs are in, and at some point, they will be at the pocket parks.
So Chairwoman, essentially, yes. So we will have to, we're gonna have to pick a date, from the agenda. We're gonna have to pick a date as a committee. We can all decide on a date will be good to go ahead and us to meet and distribute these signs, for us to split the list of all the pocket parks and actually head to the pocket parks, put these signs out. My recommendation was we have over 150 signs, so we're fine. So my recommendation was put them up in each of the major parks and the pocket parks, and then once signs we have left over, then we can figure out what we're gonna do. But in terms of today's meeting, essentially we need to pick a date. Pick a date to go ahead and distribute these signs. So I don't know if anybody wants to make any recommendations, or if you guys just want me to pick, so you guys let me know as a committee.
Well, I think for my case, the only way I can check dates is through my phone, and it's currently being used for this meeting. So I will be able to confirm a date right now before, because I'll end up disconnecting us. So,
Okay, for my
but I
recommendation
do,
is picking a Saturday, since everybody works during the week. I'm not sure if the committee's okay with that, but picking a Saturday, and you guys can do it in the afternoon or in the morning, however you'd like. Um, it can either be this Saturday or the following Saturday. You guys can come up with a date and time as a committee. You can go ahead and select that date and time and go ahead and move forward with that date for distribution. Yeah.
Nancy, how about if we come up with a couple Saturdays and then we each have a chance to look at our calendars and, come to a consensus on which Saturday?
I love that idea. Okay. All right. We know we want a Saturday. We'll have to pick a date and a time. And there's not that many of us, so it's not like we're going to have to wait a month for answers from everybody. Brandon, would you consider a text message from every one of us with possible dates and go with that?
I would make it to make it easier for everybody. I would honestly, in the direction that I got to also, is just to make it easier for everybody. I mean, I know it's kind of hard to now, but to kind of if we can come up with a date, maybe if we want to buy some time in a couple from now, so it's not that tight and pressing on time, but to kind of see if we can come up with a date, today, if possible.
That's what I was saying. That like I said, there's 5 of us that we need answers from on a Saturday and a time that would work. But I don't think everybody's prepared to check their calendars right now. And I like George's suggestion that, you want to give us 3 dates now that you know of, and we go from there. And it's, text us an email and text us an email. Oh boy. Send us an email and we can each answer you back if you want to do it that way. But right now, I don't think any of us are prepared to answer.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I'll come up with 3 dates for you guys, and then you guys can go ahead and respond to me in that method, Chairwoman. I'll go ahead and do that for you guys.
All right, does everybody else agree with that plan, that Brandon will text us some dates and times and whatever, and we get back to him and we go from there? Is that okay?
That's fine. And we're looking at what, month of November, I'm assuming, right, Nancy?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay.
We could do it.
Just keep in mind, there's a Thanksgiving in there, that weekend.
Yeah.
So
I'll make sure to note that.
And with that Thanksgiving weekend and children not being in school and holiday things and whatever, maybe if we can look, the signs are here. It's just a matter of us agreeing on a date and time. So perhaps if we plan to do it, those signs will be up when the kids are not in school for Thanksgiving. And it's a 3-day weekend or 4-day weekend at least, Thanksgiving weekend. So, I think that's a good idea, and we just make up our minds as fast as we can and go from there. What do y'all think?
Sounds good.
Good enough for me, Nancy.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay, so we're going to ask for a November date, Brandon, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
And if all 7 or 5 can't make it, we'll do the best we can. We'll get her done. Okay? All right. 8B, I think we answered. Am I right? And 8C, the police and fire appreciation. I think we had a great turnout. I think we had our participants and our recipients. I think it was well deserved, and I think we were all pretty happy with the ceremony. I don't know that any of you got a chance to see it online.
I did see it. Nancy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see it online. By the way, I was with Ivan that day. I was the other diver on that call.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Sheesh. Tell us. Well, congratulations then.
No, thank you. No, yeah, but yeah, I was. It was him and I who had the call. So
I didn't know that. And I don't know if you, yeah, I think you were able to see online. I didn't go back and look. I didn't have a chance, but to see the young lady who was the victim in that incident.
yeah,
She was there.
I met her. Yeah, I met her. She was able after all this happened. I think a couple of months later, I actually met her at the when I was before I was promoted at this because him and I were stationed at right there. Well, he's still there, I believe, in Miami Lakes before I was promoted. So
Yeah. By the way, congratulations on your promotion. I knew about it, but I don't know if everybody on the committee knew. And at least you're not pulled over in the car right now like you've had to do to make our meetings. But I've always appreciated your being able to do that.
no problem.
And,
Thank you.
Again, congratulations on the promotion. Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. You're welcome. Let me see. I think we're done. I think we are done. So does anybody have anything to add? Any questions? Otherwise, we can get a motion for an adjournment.
You good for me, Nancy? You good?
All right. I just want to tell everybody thank you so much for making these meetings. As you know, they're very important to us, and especially getting quorum. So thank you very much, and I hope you all stay well and safe.
Thank you. Likewise. Everyone stay safe.
Please,
Congratulations, Darwin.
All right. Thank you, sir.
before you
I
end
need
the-
a motion
Hold on.
to adjourn.
Yeah.
I need a motion and a second to adjourn, gang.
Darwin
I motion.
to adjourn the meeting. Darwin seconds.
Who made the motion? I'm sorry.
George?
George, okay. Very good. And I forgot to mention to you all that, no, we decided Rosie was going to do the minutes. So Rosie, if you need any help or questions, I can help you on that. And thank you so much. Be safe.
Thank you, everyone. Congratulations, Darwin.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Take care.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Thank you for attending.
Bye.
Thank you, Brandon, for everything.
Likewise, Nancy.
All right. Anything else? We done?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. All right. We're looking forward to those meeting dates. You get.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon.
Hello, good
Hi, how are
afternoon.
you? My name is Monica Segura. I'll be your magistrate for today. We're just gonna we'll make sure that everybody's on. Thank you.
My name is Joseph Doom and I'm on the call.
Thank you. We'll get started shortly. Thank you so much. Hi, good afternoon again. This is Monica Segura and I'll be your magistrate for today. We're just waiting a couple more minutes before we get started. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Carlos.
Hi, good afternoon, Lorenzo. How are you, Mr. Cobilla?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Thank
Doing
you.
well.
Good. Is everybody on the line that should be on?
Yes, I'm on the line.
Thank you. Okay, perfect. Mr. Cobilla, are we ready to get started?
We are, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. For those of you, I would like to, for the record to reflect, this is a meeting that's being recorded and it's a matter of public record. Today is October 19th and we are commencing at 2:16 p.m. For those of you that are going to be testifying today, speaking before us both, Mr. Cobilla, who represents the town, and I'll be your magistrate for today. My name is Monica Segura. If you could please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that the testimony that I shall give
I do solemnly swear that the testimony that I shall give
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Mr. Goya, you could commence.
Your Honor, it seems as though there's only one. These are all for fine reductions today, and we have default penalties. But it seems that we only have one person that is or has made an appearance, which is Mr. Humberto Esteves, who I see here.
Right.
Mr. Esteves, what company do you represent? I'm sorry? I couldn't hear the last name. Who do you represent? I represent myself. So you're here, Humberto Esteves. Okay, I see you here. Okay, so Your Honor, this would be for matter 2018, 15, 17. It's the second item on the first page.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
This is Mr. Esteves. Can you please state your name and address for the record? Yes, Humberto Esteves, and my address is 16619 Northwest 72nd Avenue, Miami Lakes, 33014. Okay. Your Honor, it is recommended today that you reduce fines, the total amount which have accumulated to $12,859.10 to $850. This fine reduction is equal to 1 day's fine of $500 and costs incurred by the town to process this matter in the amount of $350. So the total amount again would be $850.
Thank you, Mr. Correa. Do you accept the fine reduction, sir?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. The order will be sent to me. I'll execute it, and then in a couple of days you should receive the order, and then you have to make arrangements with the building department to go ahead and pay it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's it?
Thank you. That's it. You could hang up.
All right, great, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Your Honor, I noticed that there's at least two additional folks here. There's
Yes.
a Joseph Dumb and a Mary. We can't see them though.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, my camera is not working. My name is Joseph Doom. I'm the manager.
I'm sorry, Mr. Doom. We need to be able to see you. If not, we can't help you.
Okay, let me try again. Can somebody give me permits? Because can you see me now?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Doom, you need to be sworn in,
Yes.
Your Honor.
I'll go ahead and do that. If you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that the testimony that I shall give
that the testimony that I should give,
shall be the truth,
I'm still not on.
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
Louis is not on.
Thank you.
Carlos,
Mr.
we hear you. Please mute yourself.
Actually, I'd like to be able to get on the video.
Can you please mute yourself, Carlos? Thank you.
Carlos, we
All right.
see you. It's fine.
Mr. Dumb, which property is yours?
I'm the manager of Capital Office Suites, LLC.
Yeah, no, I'm on now.
Okay. All right. So, Your Honor, this is the third matter from the top, 2016-0946.
Okay.
Okay, and this is for Capital Finance Suites.
Capital Office Suites.
Right, Your Honor. For this matter, it is, and Mr. Joseph, what is your relationship to this company?
I'm the manager of the company.
You're the manager, okay. Your Honor, it's recommended that you reduce code compliance fines, which have accrued in the amount of $15,782.99 to $4,208.25. This reduction is equal to a 75% reduction of all fines and interest, which is a total of $3,858.25, and costs incurred by the town to process this matter in the amount of $350. The $350 and the $3,858.25 is a total of $4,208.25, and that is our recommendation to Your Honor today.
Mr. Correa, one question that I have. This gentleman is. Letterhead.
We don't need that. If he's attesting that he is the manager and he has authority to bind the company, that's his testimony.
Okay. And you understand that, sir, that you're binding the company, and any decisions that you make today will have the effect of binding this corporation regarding the fine reduction? Mr. Dunn, Joseph Dunn,
Sorry?
do you understand?
Yes.
You understand? Okay. So you make the representation today under sworn testimony that you do have the authority to accept this fine reduction?
One question. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I didn't bring my attorney to this meeting. What are my options? Do I have?
Well, at this.
I'm sorry.
At this juncture. Right, I'll explain to you. At this juncture, this is a fine reduction. Mr. Correa cannot provide any legal advice. He's representing the town. I, in my magistrate capacity, cannot, make any representation or give you any advice regarding the law. Whether or not you have to bring an attorney here, that's not for me to comment. The matter before me today is whether or not the fine reduction is accepted by you in your capacity as a manager.
Okay, and one question. How did you came up to that amount reduction? And why are we arriving to that amount?
Mr. Correa, that's a question.
Sure. The amount of the reduction, the fines are the amount that have been calculated since the first day of the fines. The initial citation was in 2016. The order imposing fines was done November 21st, 2016. So since then, interest has been accumulating as far as the fines are concerned. Right now, what we're offering you is what our code, the maximum that our code provides and allows, which is a 75% reduction of fines and interest.
May I interject here?
Mr. Mayor, sure.
There's two orders here, Counselor.
I understand. We're just doing the first one. We're going on to
the second one. Okay. I'm sorry.
I got it, but thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
And so for the record, I don't have anything here in the file regarding an affidavit or anything for this gentleman to speak for the property owner.
Right, which is why under sworn testimony, I am verifying that this gentleman has the authority to accept the fine reduction.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate it.
Okay, so Your Honor, may I proceed to the second case?
Yes, please.
All right, so the second case, Your Honor, is 2015-0785. And in this matter, it's recommended that Your Honor reduce code compliance fines, which have accrued in the amount of $17,084.41, and the reduction would be to $4,533.60. The $4,533.60 represents a 75% reduction of all the fines and interest, which are $4,183.60, and costs incurred by the town to process this case in the amount of $350. The $350 plus the fines and interest total $4,533.60.
Thank you, Mr. Correa. Mr. Dunn, do you accept this fine reduction? Do you accept the first one as well? They're two separate fine reductions.
Yes, I accept both.
You accept both? Okay, thank you so much. Orders will be sent to me. I would execute them, and they'll be sent to you, and you'll make arrangements to pay the building department directly.
When do I need to pay? I just want
as soon as you As soon as you get the orders from the building department.
Okay. Which can take how long? I'm sorry.
It depends. I would give for the orders to be sent out to you. I would approximately give a week.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Correa. Do you want to add anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you, Your
Okay.
Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Okay, Mr. Correa, next matter.
All right, so we have somebody else here. Ms. Hunt?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Who do you represent? IH?
IH, yes.
Okay, and what is your capacity with IH?
I am a property compliance advocate. I deal with municipalities and code enforcement.
Okay.
Does that mean that you're...
I sent my power of attorney along with the reduction application. You should have it in the file. If not, I could email it to you or Lourdes.
Yeah, I can vouch for Mary Hunch.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you get sworn in when I was swearing in earlier? Okay. If you could please, if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
That the testimony that I shall give.
Well, we're cutting out that the testimony I'm about to give.
Okay. Yes, shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Mr. Correa, please proceed.
Your Honor, this is matter 2019-18-21. In this matter, Your Honor, code compliance fines have accrued to $5,600. It is recommended that Your Honor reduce the fines to 75%, which is $1,312.50, and the amount needed to process the case in the amount of $350. This is a total amount of $1,662.50.
Thank you. Ma'am, do you accept the fine reduction?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you so much. You may have heard me say the order will be sent to me. I'll execute the order and you should have them in about a week. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Correa, next matter?
Yes, Your Honor. The following matters that we have are all default.
Okay.
The different officers will be providing the testimony and we'll be able to answer any questions that Your Honor may have.
Thank you.
I'll go down the list, beginning with the first matter.
Counselor, I'm sorry.
In order for
before we proceed, I
Yes.
have a question. We have a few of these that are rather stale, for lack of a better term, that they go back to like February and March, and since then they have actually complied, so the orders aren't accurate because it requires compliance, which has already been secured. And some of them can even settle. In those cases that we've identified, can we just table these defaults?
Yeah, what I would say is, what I would suggest is, by the very nature of what you're saying, they're not defaults anymore because they've already entered into compliance. Okay, and they have the opportunity to settle, so they should not be on the default calendar. The way I understand
that is correct.
All right. So, what I would suggest, Your Honor, I would ask is, if any of these matters are inappropriate for default, that the default be dismissed, not the case itself, but the action for default or the motion for default be dismissed. Does that make sense?
Sure. That seems appropriate. The other alternative, it could be, unless we know for a fact which ones complied and which ones have not complied, to move these for the following month to give the office enough time to make sure that the paperwork is on. But I could do either or. I could remove them and not enter the default, or I could, we could move them for 30 days out. It depends how the building department wishes to handle them.
We have ones that did they were able to settle correctly and they didn't comply, and the other one is still pending,
we have
correct?
two that are Lewis's that have complied, and one that is Ariel's that he actually spoke to the owner because they too he actually is just going to pay for the citation.
Okay, then we can remove those then, I believe, from the because they've already complied.
Should we just remove it from the agenda? However you all say is best. I just didn't have a chance.
Mr. Correa, how do you wish to handle
What do you
this?
want to do? You want to just, Ms. Rodriguez, what would you prefer? Would you prefer for us just to remove them from the calendar? We can do it that way.
I think we should just remove them. If they've already complied, they shouldn't have been there to begin with.
Correct.
So in order dismissing the default.
Correct. Because they've complied. Prior
Because they've complied. Okay. So
Yeah,
we'll do
because
that.
if they ultimately don't pay the citation, then we can just bring them back at a later date and default for the citation, correct?
Correct. Can we do that?
I mean, if you dismiss the action as it is, then I don't know if you could do that.
The thing is that the action right now is for non-compliance and not paying.
Right.
So, but they have technically complied.
Right. But you're still going to move forward on the citation, correct?
Right. They still have to pay the citation, or where we're eligible, they can actually settle for the citation. I believe. Right. I'm not even sure if they can settle, to be honest with you. But since
Lewis said that they could settle. Lewis said that they could settle.
Yeah, so I'm not, now that I'm thinking about it, and I apologize because we're thinking here collectively. They never appealed, so I don't know that technically they can actually settle the amount. They'd have to pay the full citation, I believe.
Right. So
right,
my suggestion,
guys, let's table these items because this is not the form to have this discussion.
Right. Okay. My suggestion would they're not appropriate for the hearing today. They should be tabled 30 days out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll begin, and what I'll do is, Your Honor, so that this is easier, we'll do them in groups. We have Luis Garcia, Ariel Morales, and Hugo Gonzalez from what I see here. So I'll start with Mr. Morales. He's the first one. Mr. Morales, you ready?
Actually, maybe we should start with Luis. Mr. Morales, step out a second.
Okay. We'll start with Mr. Gonzalez. Garcia, I'm sorry. The first one is 2019-21-28. Edward Farah and Rosemary Farah. Officer Garcia.
Yeah, this would be one of the ones that I can settle.
Okay.
We're going to table that.
So we'll table it.
Okay.
All right. The next one is 2019-14-68. Luis Marcelo Baldaron Rojas. Mr. Garcia.
In the case of Tanamami Lakes versus Luis Marcelo Baldaron, case 2019-1468. The violators in the town are in violation of the town code by installing a French door without a permit. At this point, they haven't submitted any permits showing compliance, and there hasn't been an appeal. The citation itself was, I believe, posted on the property, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I have the affidavit of posting here by Officer Hugo Gonzalez.
Okay.
Kind of those up on here.
So based on the affidavit that it was posted, thereby the order of default shall be entered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Next matter.
The next matter, Your Honor, is 2020-0064 Gregorio Capdevila, and we're moving for default. Mr. Garcia.
In the case of Tanamami Lakes versus Gregorio Capdevila, case number 2020-0064, the violators in violation of the town code by failing to obtain a permit for the pergola. As of this date, there has been no permit submitted or showing compliance. The actual citation itself was issued properly via certified mail.
Okay, perfect. Based on that proper notice was given, an order entering default will be entered. Thank you. Next matter. I think you only have one more.
Yeah.
Mr. Correa.
Yes. The next matter is Claudia Guzman, 2019-1960. And we're moving for default. Mr. Garcia?
Well, this is another one that can settle. So, table.
Okay.
Okay,
so,
that will be
Your Honor, in
tabled
this matter, we'll table, right?
Okay.
Continue. Mr. Morales.
Yes.
We'll go back to you. The first matter for Mr. Morales, Your Honor, is 2019-0579 Sunrise Freightway Corp.
Good afternoon, Ariel Morales, Co-Compliance Officer, Town of Manly Lakes. Your Honor, this case is for a failure to obtain a certificate of.
Yo no lo oigo ahí.
They were issued a warning of violation, certified receipt. They will also issue a citation via certified.
Yo no oigo a Ariel.
We have service of the notices, and to this day, they have failed to comply with obtaining the licenses and by paying the fine. Can you hear me now?
I hear you perfect. Yes, I was hearing you. Hi,
Okay.
Mr. Morales, how are you?
Hear me? Do I need to repeat all that?
No, I heard the part where, if you could repeat the part where it was posted and then continue from there.
Okay. The notice actually was sent certified return receipt. We got service on both the warning of violation and of the citation. This time they remain in violation by failure to obtain the CU and BTR, and also they never paid the fine.
Thank you so much. Based on the posting of the notices and proper notice given, an order of default will be entered today. Thank you, Mr. Morales.
Thank you.
Mr. Correa, next matter.
The next matter, Your Honor, is 2020-0005, Jesus L. Reyes and Manuel Peralta. Mr. Morales.
Your Honor, if you don't mind, I would like to table this matter.
Sure, we'll continue it. And just for the clarification purposes, since the meeting is being recorded, we will continue the matters that are close to settlement for 30 days. Is that appropriate and correct and accepted by you, Mr. Correa?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, next matter, Mr. Correa.
The next matter is 2018-1604, Betty Horn, the Horn Family Trust. Mr. Morales.
Yes, Your Honor. This case is failure to pay the residents. They have not complied with the violation. They have not paid the fine. They were issued a warning of violation via certified return receipt. It was also posted on the property. They received the citation as well via certified return receipt. It was also posted on the property. At this time, we have no compliance and no payment.
Perfect. Based on the posting and the affidavits of service, we will go ahead and enter an order imposing default. Mr. Correa.
Next matter is Antonio Alvarez, 2019-1422.
Your Honor, this case is for overgrowth, trash, and litter. They actually complied with the violation, but have failed to pay for the fine. They were issued notices via certified return receipt. It was a citation that was issued because of repeat violation. They were sent via certified return receipt and also posted on the property.
Do you wish to continue this matter, Mr. Morales, since they applied?
Well, the default is for the citation.
Okay.
So based on the proper notice that, but is this a matter that we had discussed? Mr. Correa, just a point of clarification, would this also be a matter that you would wish to continue for 30 days based on that, or do you still want to enter the default? Does the town still want to enter?
I believe from what Mr. Medio said, these folks may have the opportunity to settle,
right,
given the fact they did come into compliance. So I think we should table it, or continue it for 30 days.
Right, that's what I think. Is that what the town is requesting, Mr. Correa?
Okay, for clarification though, Counselor, I don't know that they can actually settle. Okay, because to settle, they would have had to appeal. And these cases weren't appealed.
Right.
Understood. But since these issues are being raised at the time of hearing, and I'd rather not make a mistake, let's just go ahead and continue in 30 days, and then we can have a discussion with these items. I'd ask for a continuance for 30 days, Your Honor.
Okay. The continuance is granted. Thank you. Mr. Correa, next matter?
The next matter is 2018-10-0132, Donald Robin Johnson.
Okay.
Mr. Morales?
Mr. Morales?
Your Honor, this case is for failure to remove mold and mildew from roofs, sidewalks, driveway, etc. They never paid for the citation and they didn't comply with the violation. There was a warning issue via certified return receipt. It was also posted on the property. There was a citation that was issued via certified return receipt, which was also posted at the property. At this time, we don't have no compliance and no payment.
Okay. Based on the proper notice given, an order imposing civil penalties default will be entered. Thank you. Next matter, Mr. Correa.
Thank you, Your Honor. The next matter would be 2019-0151, Carlos de Rosario. Mr. Morales?
Your Honor, this case is also for dirty roof. Failed to remove mold and fungus. The notices were issued via certified return receipt. The warning, the citation was also issued via certified return receipt. It was also posted on the property. At this time, they did not comply with the violation, appealed, or paid for the citation.
Thank you. Based on proper notice given, an order imposing civil penalties will be entered. Thank you. Next matter.
The next matter, Your Honor, is 2019-0145, Dorothy McGorn. Mr. Morales?
Your Honor, this case is for dirty roof as well, failed to remove mold and fungus. They were issued a warning of violation via certified return receipt, which it was also posted on the property. They were issued a citation via certified return receipt, was also posted on the property. They complied, but after the citation deadline, we put the case in compliance, but they failed to pay for the citation.
Mr. Correa, how do you wish to handle this?
I would like for a 30-day continuance on this, Your Honor.
So granted, 30-day continuance. Next matter.
The next matter, Your Honor, is beginning with Mr. Hugo Gonzalez. It's matter 2019-1913, U.S. Trust Bank. Mr. Gonzalez.
Your Honor, Hugo Gonzalez, Miami-Dade. This case is for the roof. He was properly served. We got the signature receipt for the letter of we sent it. They complied, but never paid the fine.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Based on what you last said that they complied, Mr. Correa, do you wish to table this matter or continue for 30
Yes,
days?
Your Honor.
Okay.
I would like for 30 continuance.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the next matter is 2019-0676, Alberto Vasquez. Mr. Gonzalez.
Your Honor, this case is for a dirty roof and dirty wood fence. We gotta fill back.
There's just a little.
The property was properly served. He was posted on the.
Mr. Correa, I don't hear anything because Mr. Gonzalez is on mute.
I don't hear anything either, Your Honor. Mr. Gonzalez?
Right now?
Can you hear?
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Sorry. This case is for a dirty roof and dirty wood fence. They was properly served and posted in the property. They never comply and never pay the fine.
Thank you. Based on the notice given to the property owner, an order imposing civil penalties will be entered today. Thank you.
Next one, Your Honor, is for 2019-1717, Richard Gutierrez. Mr. Gonzalez.
Your Honor, this case is for park on the swell. They have properly served, never
I can find it. They don't say that comply. Just a minute, please.
Yes, of course.
Well, it's just for $50.
Yeah.
That's what the order is.
But I don't see if they never comply or they comply. I don't know. Oh, sorry, wait a minute. Is it for $50? It was properly served. It was affidavit on. It was posted on the property, and they never complied. They never paid the fine.
Okay. Based on the proper service and posting on the property, an order imposing civil penalties default will be entered today. Mr. Covilla, next matter.
The next matter, Your Honor, is 2019-2098 IH3 property, Florida. Mr. Gonzalez.
Your Honor, this case is for maintaining a vehicle in non-approved area on the lawn. They was properly served. It was posted on the property, and they comply, but do not pay the citation.
They comply, but didn't pay the citation. Okay, Mr. Covilla, what would you like to do in this matter? Would you like to continue it for 30 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
So granted. Next matter.
Next matter is 2019-1614 Rosa Roldan, Edwin Castro. Mr. Hugo Gonzalez.
Your Honor, this case is the same. Parking the vehicle on the not approved area on the lawn, and they comply but never pay the fine. It was properly served, and it was posted on the property.
Thank you, Mr. Correa. Do you wish to continue this matter as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Continuance granted for 30 days. Next matter.
Your Honor, I believe that completes and concludes the agenda for today.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, have a good afternoon.
Dude, didn't know what he did because